Your pack is kind of at the side, the little one.
What?
The little pack is kind of at the side.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Rocket Mike. No, it has 2 speeds, fast and faster. And he's good. Can't even say it's because he's young either, because he's in his 60s too. much wheel spin there before the stall. Yeah, I stalled it at one of those mud things. That last one right there. And I was taking it pretty easy through the other ones.
It's slippery.
Yeah. Kissing trees. I smacked my knee into a big tree.
Okay.
Luckily the knee brace saved it, but I think it's going to be sore tomorrow.
Just saving it, or what were you doing? Mud?
Yeah, I just kind of slept and, yep, I'm good. loops are so deep and so close. Like those ones. My hand is starting to cramp a little bit, my throttle hand. There was a rut there and I was on the high side of it and my back slipped down sideways into it and I stalled it.
Good thing we're not riding here tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's fucking warm enough, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Heat and humidity and just enough slippery stuff that
You think it's slippery today or not?
yeah, some spots.
I feel like it's more slippery than normal.
Yeah.
I don't have a great rhythm today for some reason.
Yeah, like this dirt is amazing, but then there's places where it's kind of like slimy, thin mud over harder stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my throttle hand sleeping too.
Just after we started out last time and you just said about it being slippery, your back slipped out, eh?
Hear the electric bikes? I just heard one.
I saw one in the parking lot when we first started.
There's two of the guys.
Oh, okay.
I wish they made something like serious off-road.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you go back to your truck or whatever, you change batteries and away you go, not this charging bullshit.
Yeah.
But I also don't want a bicycle.
Yeah.
I want to, you know, like the Suron splitting the difference or whatever, pretty good, but still.
Oh, I just heard it too.
Yeah. They're probably faster in this stuff than a motorbike though.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike Mason, he can really boot through some spots.
Well, short wheelbase, skinny tires, lightweight.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it's just like when Mark was racing with him at Gopher Dunes XC,
Okay.
the straights Mark could like
Gone.
just, yeah. But in the really tight stuff, it was advantage electric.
And then like over stuff, like if you got to do routes and that, I imagine the electric just,
Yeah.
you can hop it easier.
Yeah.
Like having a trials bike versus a dirt bike.
Yeah. Like even when we were at Moto Park doing the layout for that cross country that he set up, the
Yeah.
Rock the Rust Off ones, I could see him like popping over stuff all the time.
Yeah, not quite. It's too bad we're at that age that it might not ever make sense. But
Yeah.
can you imagine 20 years from now?
Yeah.
You'll have all the variety you want.
Yeah.
And it'll be whatever, the right bike for you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, especially if they start getting into laws in Europe and Canada with having to go electric, there'll be a lot bigger
but
choice.
you imagine like, maybe Erzberg could have done it because whatever, but can you imagine somebody pulling it off with an electric bike? Because they could.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, so that Johnny Walker,
Yeah. Did the
Four-
four-stroke.
the four-stroke, he ran an MX tank.
Mm-hmm.
Because the gas stops were the right distance, so he could just fuel up with a smaller tank.
Yeah.
And so if you imagine if you just had an exchangeable battery in a...
Oh, yeah. Like just pop it in, or pop it out, pop it in. Yeah, that would make a huge difference.
I think you'd be better off, like, being able to race that with something competitive. You know?
Yeah, the only thing is, like, for some of the really hard obstacles, I don't know, the guys who are using their clutch a lot, I don't know if they would...
Oh, I'd want a clutch on an electric bike still.
Yeah.
Yeah. That EM
Yeah.
has a clutch.
Yeah, I saw a trials competition, this year's Trials GP,
Yeah.
a couple rounds of it, and they had a couple guys with electrics that seemed to have a clutch.
I think you need the clutch because you need that engine momentum
Yeah.
to help with your balance. And then, like, if you watch any of that hard enduro stuff, let's just say it's a rock climb.
Yeah.
They rev the snot out of the bike at the bottom,
Yeah.
let the clutch out, and then they let the gas off so that the momentum gets them.
Yeah.
Like the guy there's a guy, IRC tire guy. is
Yeah,
that what he-
Rich Larson.
Yeah, you watch him.
Yeah.
All his lessons. You can't do that with an electric bike without a clutch.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nothing direct drive, you can do that. You're trying to get the power to get up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that really helped me a lot for logs is that if you're trying to accelerate, you're just going to spin
yeah,
and go sideways.
Yeah.
You got to get your momentum up and then cut power and let the momentum take you over it.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier.
So my thing about crossing a log is I just, like before all that YouTube stuff is I just imagined how fast I'd have to go on a bicycle
Yeah.
to get over it.
Mm.
That's the only speed. I won't go faster or slow. I just enough momentum on that, because on a bicycle you can't pedal on that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna smack your pedal or whatever. You're just,
Yeah.
It's a momentum thing. So that's all I do is try to just get on the other side of it and deal with it that way.
Yeah.
But I haven't done any logs since my ribs are good now, but
Yeah.
since Gopher Dunes though, I haven't tried anything like that.
Yeah.
Because it was hurt. It would hurt every time I
Yeah. Yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing about Rich Larson is how to move on back and forth on the bike at what times to go over logs. That really helped me a lot too.
Okay, I don't pay that much attention. We don't. So for us, we don't do enough of them.
Yeah, I try to practice on them when I'm just kind of goofing around on my own.
Do you have that at home? You have logs?
No.
Oh.
Well, I have one in that little place that I built.
Yeah.
But even when I'm just out by myself, like just in a regular trail, I try to do them better than I used to.
Yeah, we could use some sections at the club track to fuck around on.
I think that Mike Cove wants to put some in.
Yeah.
And I think I can't remember his name. He was off for a year and then back on the board again. His father is in the club too.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know him, younger guy, but anyway, he wanted to help with that and maybe even make like a little
Okay.
hard enduro playground.
Hard enduro section.
Yeah.
Because we used to have a trial section, but that got used up by the parking lot.
Yeah.
But there's spots you could just make so that it's some tougher stuff.
Yeah.
And not too far from...
Antosky.
Oh, I don't know him.
Oh, really? I thought he was a friend of yours.
No.
Oh.
I don't know him.
Yeah, he's a really
I
nice
might know him to see him type
Yeah.
thing, but I don't know him.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
What's his first name? Mike or not?
I want to say Adam, but that's wrong.
Oh.
Chris Antosky.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know the guy. He doesn't do off-road though, does he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Does he do OO stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Or if he does, not much.
right.
Or not lately anyway. He, about a year or two ago, he had a bad accident and had to stop for a bit.
Oh.
And I think he's back into it again. Okay, I'm good to go.
Okay, good.
Do you think they went back for a lunch break?
Huh?
Do you think they went back for a lunch break?
I don't know.
It's 12:32 right now.
Which way? We used to come up here or from here? Straight from here is the trail, right?
I can't remember anymore, and I didn't bring my phone.
Oh, okay.
I have it in the vehicle, but I figured I'd be following everybody today.
Yeah. I hear the bikes right here.
Yeah. We can try over to the right, see if we see them.
Yeah. Okay.
That other section's blocked off now, so you can't go there, so they can't get much past here.
No, I know. I remember going up that way.
And then the big hill.
Yeah. You want to just go this way?
I'm fine with whatever.
I think this is more likely to hit something.
I'm good with whatever.
Okay, let's just go down here and see what we see.
To the left?
If not, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's them.
Gotta turn around.
Which direction are you guys going?
What do you think, Max? I give you 2 guesses.
I thought I saw you guys coming this way.
Look behind you.
The group looks a little lighter now.
I'm the last person I've ever ridden with, but you are probably the most fun person to follow. But I think that they can see me going, oh, making moves.
Yeah.
Or put my foot down the odd time. Go, wow. You ever done that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I do it at the beginning of the ride, first half hour, about 3 times. But yeah. I wonder I didn't pull a groin
Yeah.
or something.
I used to do that more.